Pranayama. If you look at an ocean, always the sea, waves, after waves. Why waves are there? The reason the waves are there, when they come up, they take the oxygen into the water, and so that the living creatures in the sea also gets the nourishment. The waves are there to take the oxygen. Take the air, oxygen is absorbed. And if suppose waves are not there, or in a small pond, for example, the water gets contaminated, putrefied. Because of the waves, sea water is always fresh. If I have a pond or small lake, hardly any movement, it's algae and other starts growing, and water becomes unfit for consumption and gets putrefied. So also is in the body. Blood gets contaminated if not enough oxygen is there in the bloodstream. If blood, air movement, respiratory system is not working well, blood gets putrefied. When the blood gets putrefied, people get various ailments. Purpose of pranayama, to keep the bloodstream healthy. It is compared in the Upanishads, the blood streams in the body is like a river. River outside and river in the body. River remains fresh if it is flowing. If in the summer months, river stops flowing, the water gets stagnated, gets contaminated. The river in the outside river and inside body also, it should remain fresh. It is in an enclosed chamber, though it is in an enclosed chamber, blood is flowing. How to keep it fresh? Through the pranayama. Doing the pranayama, oxygen is absorbed into the bloodstream, keeps the blood fresh. The pranayama, it talks about how to do the pranayama. Pranayama, when you, in Bhagavad Gita or Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it talks about be aware of your breathing. Shwasa, prashwasa, yor gati, vichedana, pranayama. And one is rate of inhalation and exhalation, modifying that one is called as pranayama. Another pranayama definition in the Bhagavad Gita, inhalation, you are neither inhaling nor exhaling. Can you hold that time? That is called as pranayama. Holding the breath inside or outside is called as pranayama. The pranayama, slower you breathe, it says the secret of health, slower you breathe, longer you live. Dogs breathe around 35, 40, 60 times a minute. They live for about 10 years. Humans, in a healthy person, breathes 15 times a minute and lives for about 80, 100 years. And, elephants breathe 3 to 5 times a minute. They live for about 120, 150 years. Tortoise breathe 1 to 2 times a minute. They live for about 200 or even longer years. There is a direct correlation. Slower you breathe, longer you live. One, if a person is always under stress, always in anxiety mood, not making use of the lungs, taking the breath only to the 1/3 of the lungs, and so that person is not getting enough oxygen. So for the body metabolism, to maintain the metabolism, that person needs to breathe more often to get more oxygen, because that person is not making use of the lungs. In the pranayama technique, make use of the whole lungs. there are 3 chambers in the right lung and 2 chambers in the left lung. In the it's this one called as it's abdominal breathing, the chest breathing and collarbone, neck breathing. Make use of all 3 chambers in one breath. Absorb enough oxygen so that you need not have to breathe that often. The humans, they say in yoga text, it takes 2 seconds for inhalation, 2 seconds for exhalation. In one cycle, it takes 4 seconds. In 1 minute, we breathe 15 times, 4 times a second. In 60 seconds, we breathe 15 times a minute. In 1 hour, we breathe 900 times. In 1 day, 21,600 times. Once we completed 21,000 breaths, breathing, it is 1 day for the body. There is an inner clock is there, it is not dependent on outer clock. This inner clock says 21,600, yes, 1 day is done. Suppose I practice pranayama, instead of taking 4 seconds per cycle, I take 8 seconds per cycle. Very calm, very relaxed person. So 21,600 times and outer clock has gone to 2 days. 1 day for the body, outer clock says 2 days. 100 years for the body, outer clock says 200 years. And suppose I don't practice pranayama, always under pump, always stressed out and getting irritated for trivial things. Instead of taking 4 seconds per cycle, I take 2 seconds. 21,600 times for this body, outer clock has gone only 12 hours. 1 day, outer clock says half a day. 100 years, outer clock says 50 years. And so, the art of good health, art of long life is slower you breathe, longer you live. Everyone, they say, excluding the accident cases, everyone is given a number of breaths when they are born. Your quota is this much. It is up to you how soon you exhaust your quota or how long you extend. Our life, when the Creator has created, is not based on the outer calendar. It is number of breaths. The capacity, everyone is given number of breaths, 777.6 million breaths is our quota. It's a yogis still in Himalayas living for centuries. That 777, it is up to you how soon you exhaust or how long you extend by practicing yoga, calm, serene. And it says pranayama definition. You are holding the breath. I am neither inhaling nor exhaling. Suppose I hold the breath for 5 seconds. That 5 seconds are added to my lifespan. I am not neither inhaling or exhaling. That time is not counted as that if I hold the breath for 10 seconds. 10 seconds are added to my lifespan. And it's a purpose of yoga and pranayama. It is not the sake of living for long, like trees. Some trees live for 200, 300, 600 years. You're not living like a tree for the sake of living. It's an opportunity. You have a healthy body, healthy mind. When it is there, why don't you contemplate on that one? It's a think big, think noble, and realize the purpose of life. They say in the outer, in the galaxy, whatever number of stars are there, more number of brain connections in the brain, the connections are even more. Billions of connections are there. Billions of connections. In the outer journey, we spend our whole life in pursuit of outer, going out. I want to see, explore. When I am going out, I need a companion, always reliant on someone. some Google or some GPS, some other company for outer journey. They say when you are sit and that inner world, whatever is there outside, it is there inside. I gave an analogy of outer river, inner river is there. And everything, whatever is there, it is there within. Whatever there is in the macrocosm, it is there in the microcosm. And it's a unexplored territory. It's an explored territory. Outside is an explored territory. We still want to go in the explored territory. Unexplored territory is there. Explore that world. You are a lone traveler. Enjoy the beauty. Enjoy the beauty of life. Go deep. Go deep. Every journey is a new experience. Every journey is a new revelation. No, in the inner journey, beauty of inner journey, no two journeys are the same. In my outer journey, if I go to the same place twice, thrice, I get bored. Whereas in inner journey, so it's a fathomless. And every journey is a new experience, new revelation. Go deep, go deep. Explore the inner world. It's an unexplored world is there. Explore. When you have the long life, at certain point, when you are traveling, you see some beauty within. Beauty dawns in. At that time, you are neither inhaling nor exhaling. You are absorbed in that beauty. That pranayama happens. And the pranayama, that you are neither inhaling and you are totally engrossed in that one. And also, as I mentioned, more than a billion connections, brain connections are there. Those who do meditation regularly, their memory power is very sharp. They are very creative. In your outer journey also, outer world, whatever you are doing, you can do that one much better than what your colleagues can do. You don't get stressed and agitated like other people, and you are calm and relaxed. And for meditation, the walking stick for meditation is pranayama, breath. It's a walking stick, helps your meditation. Meditation, how to control the mind, when you have the control over the breath, when you start inhaling, be aware of your inhalation and exhalation. Mind is calm and relaxed. And the truth, in the pond, if I have a pond, if it is agitated pond, I can't see the bottom of the pond. When the sediments settles down, and I can see the bottom of the pond, I can pick up the pearls from underneath the pond, in the water. The coagulant you use for making the sediments to settle, the suspended solids to settle in the pond, the coagulant you use in meditation is called as mantra. Mantra is the one which is used as a coagulant. It helps in making the suspended solids to settle. Helps in calming the disturbed mind. In the mind, the agitations are settled. Wavering thoughts settles. The clarity dawns in. That yogi, when the clarity is there, that person becomes a leader. The wisdom dawns in. That there is a leadership. In the beginning I said there is a leadership in every one of us. How to do that one? Sediments settles. The clarity dawns. The clarity is there. That person becomes like a watchtower, inspires many people. And through the pranayama and meditation, we can achieve that one. Left thumb and index finger together.